So can Detroit bounce back?
While we all wait to see how bankruptcy court shapes the future, a man who knows the city's inner workings is sharing his unique perspective tonight.
We're talking about former Detroit Mayor Dennis Archer. He opened up to 7 Action News reporter Simon Shaquette in an exclusive interview.
He spent years as Detroit's mayor, but unlike others, his time was not marred by scandal. Instead, former Mayor Dennis Archer worked towards a better Detroit, and he believes it will happen again.
The city is now today much like General Motors and Chrysler when they went to the federal government seeking money. Today, we're one person working for 2 people retired.
In a rare, exclusive sit-down, former Detroit Mayor Dennis Archer opens up about Detroit's bankruptcy, the city's history, and its future.
In 1990, we led the nation with the highest percentage of people living below poverty. By the 2000 census, there were 15 other cities that had a higher percentage of people living below poverty than did the city of Detroit. 3 years in a row, Detroit and this region led the nation in job creation.
During his time as mayor, Archer hired cops and bus drivers by taking advantage of federal grant programs. Detroit's financial troubles looked manageable back then. Today, Archer points to turnaround efforts ultimately depending on 2 things.
2 principal sources of money: income tax, property tax.
Back during Archer's time, it was the Super Bowl, Ford Field, and Comerica Park all being built. And don't forget our casinos. Now, look no further than top investors like Dan Gilbert, Roger Penske, Mike Ilitch, and the Ford family, all working for a better Detroit.
I mean, I've seen police officers driving cars that are wrecks. Members of the business community came together and spent about $8 million providing new police cars, EMS, fire trucks, etc.
The role of Washington is also something the former mayor places high value on.
I went down with a group of folks to meet at the White House. And I was very delighted to hear the conversation and the commitments coming from the Obama administration in terms of wanting to work with and will work with the city of Detroit. It won't be a bailout, but there'll be dollars that will allow the city of Detroit to grow and prosper.
There's still a problem of widespread blight to overcome. Look at this building here on the west side, just one of many in the city of Detroit in terrible shape. And Archer says, don't blame former Mayor Coleman Young.
He took the hard and necessary steps even to reduce the employees that in order to balance the budget.
But one thing Young did not do was address the city's enormous size. 140 square miles designed for nearly 2 million people, now barely more than 700,000. Both Mayors Bing and Kilpatrick unable to improve deplorable response times for police and fire runs.
We've got 78,000 vacant homes in the city of Detroit. We've got about 35,000 homes that need to be demolished and taken down.
In Archer's mind, we're at a pivotal moment. He also doesn't believe the upcoming mayoral election hinges on race.
Blacks will vote for people who they believe understand their issue, understand what they're concerned about, understand their sensitivity, and show them respect.
Respect is something Detroit not only wants but needs to get back. Scandals, corruption, and abuse by former leaders leaving Detroiters disgusted by negative headlines lasting a decade.
At the end of the day, there are going to be people who think that they can get away with something and make some fast money.
In the end, it comes down to basic goals that give Detroiters a bright future: better schools, safe neighborhoods, more jobs and entertainment within the city. More people living and working in the D, more money, and better leaders to keep us out of bankruptcy.
Are we, in my view, on the way back to recovery? Absolutely. And will this too pass? Yes.
Archer tells me he's impressed with emergency manager Kevin Orr as an attorney and also as someone who believes in making tough choices. Like the rest of us, Archer will be watching closely as this next chapter unfolds. Simon Shaquette, 7 Action News.